You're listening to Almost Famous with Jim Francis Meza, only on LA Talk Radio.
My dear listeners, all the viewership and listenership, listen up, okay? I am very Americanized today, as you see, very patriotic. And I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. Or am I, right? I have a great guest tonight. Boy, I got to tell you, this guy has done quite a bit of stuff. And, I really enjoy his companionship when we hung out, and he's been a scene partner. And not you. I was talking to the guy behind you. Don't turn around. We do have ghosts here in the house, by the way.
Can you even see me? Because the background's orange. I'm wearing an orange shirt.
No, only your face. Seriously.
Disappear.
You guys, I am very honored and privileged to call this man across from me, my friend, my dear friend. You've helped me out a lot. We've taken classes together, and just all around great guy. And what else can I say? My friend, my confidant, Mr. Joshua Fishbein.
Woo! Thank you very much.
You like that, right?
Thank you for that intro.
Okay, I'm going to charge you, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, what's nice is that we're able to break bread earlier. Go ahead.
I was going to say that opening song you have. What an awesome intro song. Who sings that? Who's the singer?
Can we skip through that?
Was it like a Korean K-pop song?
Yeah,
it almost
is it something like that?
What's the singer's name?
The singer's name is no. If I mention the singer's name, then I'll get charged because I have no copyright infringement and whatnot.
But
so I stole the song basically. I did. Okay. To be honest, I took it, stole it, right? Outright stole it. No. So no. It's a dear friend of mine. Yeah, her name is AI.
AI. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's fantastic. It's a little well-kept secret. No, I got to tell you, Josh, it was great breaking bread with you and drinking and because obviously you're still drinking. You're laced out with some good alcohol. Oh yeah. What are you having, by the way? Tell the truth.
I'm having a souped up iced coffee.
Okay. Just like the car that you're supposed to give me, right?
What car are you talking about?
But you won? Okay, so
let's talk about
your car, right? Yeah, but you owe me that car because when you were fucked up, you obviously not going to remember now. You said, when I get the car, I'm going to hand over the keys to you.
You got proof?
Of course I got proof, dude. I recorded that,
You recorded that?
I recorded you do your Barbie. You're freaking rubbernecking it down there. And then, you said you're going to give me the car when you got the keys. And now you have the keys. So when are you going to hand it over?
I didn't get that car. I got a different car.
Explain to us then. Because you won the car and the price is right. This guy.
I won a car and the price is right.
He won. Okay. So
that was like a year, almost a year and a half ago.
A year and change.
Yeah, a year and change.
Okay.
Won a car and the price is right.
All right. And then what was that like? Or tell us, how did you win the car?
You want the story
I want
tell?
The story entirely.
Or you want the true story?
Okay, so either way, what's more I would say what's more functional?
I'm not sure I want to tell the truth because I stopped. I think it's more disappointing. It's better that I won the car.
Okay. Okay. I want to see. Okay.
I know that's you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
The alternate version would be better.
Okay. Well, I was on. I got up. It was what was the name of the game?
Spin the bottle.
No, something the line. I can't remember. There was a bunch of other prizes, and they used the prices from these 3 or 4 other prizes to put in for the price of the car. And that you had the first couple numbers and and you just had to change the last few numbers with a sliding thing going back and forth to get the thing. And
sounds like a number job that you're doing in the car.
Right. So another thing, I put it in and I'm like, that's what it is.
Okay.
And
then you
I didn't get it, but I didn't know. I didn't get
whistles.
Yeah, there was a buzzer. No, I didn't get it. But they didn't tell you that there's a second part to it. They're like, but they don't tell you at the beginning. So you think you lost. And then they're like, well, maybe we'll give you one more chance, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, how many did you get right? And the thing dings and it's only one number. So I got to switch.
Shit.
Like, I think it's like 3 other numbers.
Right.
So I'm doing it and boom,
behold,
I got it. I won. I hugged the model. I got into the car. I wasn't even supposed to get into the car at that time.
You weren't supposed to hug the model, dude, and you did.
I don't know. Probably not.
Did you get a number? Did you get a number?
Turns out she's married with kids.
Oh, bummer. So yeah, go ahead.
But what really happened?
Yeah, what really happened?
You want to know what really happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm up there. This is going on live. They do the first part, like I told you. I picked the numbers.
Sure.
And he goes and so the model's off on a little bit to the right, and she's got the placard that has the price on it that she's gonna flip.
Okay.
And Drew Carey, I do the price, and he's like, okay, let's see if you're a winner. And there's like a pause. It's supposed to be like a dramatic pause, and it went on a little bit too long, and the model flipped the price.
What? No shit, really?
She flipped the price. I'm standing there like I don't see it, I don't say anything. Drew's like, no, wait. She flips it back, only like half the audience saw. The other half didn't even see. Oh, so then he's like, all right, flip it again. And see if you can get it. And half the audience still yelling, yo, switch it to 3, switch it to 4. And they're yelling the wrong stuff because they didn't see it.
Right.
And I'm looking in the one person that I know in the audience who did see it. And I was like, so I just played along and I went for it. And I shouldn't have, it's too late now. They edited it out.
What?
They edited out the mistake. And it looked, because the way I played it off, it looked like, totally natural, but I saw the numbers.
So it was produced, guys. The show is really produced.
So what happened was 10 years before this happened, there was a price got revealed and they played it.
Okay.
And it became a famous episode.
Right.
So you figure it's a once in a 10-year mistake, but this time they edited it out. And if you you can watch the video and you can see after I got the numbers like Drew is cracking up. Right. He's laughing because of what just happened.
Clearly he knows.
Right. He's laughing. He's like, you got a new car, go get it. He's cracking up before, and it's so funny.
Yeah, it's
so I mean, I might have won the car, but who knows?
It's kind of like a fluke.
It was a fluke.
For sure.
But I never got the car anyway because it was such a popular car. They never had it in stock.
Right. That was the thing. So explain.
Never got it in stock. So I had to wait. They don't give out the prizes until after the show airs. You film the show like 3 months before it airs. Right. You got to wait till it airs. And then they say.
So he was taking public transportation for 3 months.
Right. And then they're like, give us another 3 months to get all the prizes out to you. And you're not like the fine, but you're not allowed to call them or bug them until after the 3 months. Right. So I get some of the other prizes, the smaller things that I won.
What did you win?
A shuffleboard table, which I still have. You want to buy? It's still in the box. It's 10.5 feet long.
Okay. Go ahead,
it's in my I live in an apartment.
Yeah. He says he'll trade it for some good weed.
Yeah.
What else did you win?
I won. Well, there was a few things. The best thing I won is this little electric grill, a smokeless electric grill that I have in my kitchen that I use all the time. It's like $1,000 grill.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
There was a computer which I also didn't get because by the time they were giving out, it was like outdated. And they called and they're like, we don't even have this in stock anymore. Yeah. So they like gave me a credit to get something else that they had in
like
stock.
A floppy disk.
Yeah, it was like 4 gigabytes of RAM. It was like, you could get email on it, and that was about it.
You have to wear. It
was an HP.
Yeah, it was like a landline or the net zero.
Yeah. I also won some these charcoal smell or
scented.
not scented. They take the smell away.
Oh,
what you call it?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said they were like $30. So,
Wow.
and
That's
the
cool.
shuffleboard table and the car
And the model and the hug.
and the model. Oh, so the model.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. The model went on her Instagram page afterwards, crying. She put this post on Instagram that I found.
What?
Yeah, on her Instagram.
You're not fucking with me.
No.
Okay.
And she was crying about this mistake. She thought she
Yeah.
was going to get fired.
Right.
You know, and she was bawling in tears.
You're Captain Save-A-Ho.
And even when I went up to her, I'm like, I owe you a beer. I'm like,
There you go.
Drew thought it was so funny. He was just laughing about it.
He took her down to the local
And
dive
this
down the
woman
street.
really thought she was going to lose her job, and I felt
Yeah.
like horrible,
Shit.
you know. But and then the video disappeared. Like it got taken down because she wasn't supposed to post about that because they were like going to edit it all
my
out.
God.
So then, you know, these people, someone found it and reposted it on YouTube.
Oh dear Lord.
You know, because now it's out of their control, the
Right.
producer's control,
Well, yeah.
because
It's not in
took it.
cyberspace.
Right.
Anyone can-
And so someone else
Yeah.
got it and then reposted it,
Holy
even though
shit.
she took it down off her Instagram page.
What?
And so it's
There's a
out
lot
there.
of like intricate stuff that happened, dude.
Right.
I didn't know that other half of it.
So she's telling the story about what happened, how she made this mistake, and in tears, and then she says she goes and she goes to Drew Carey, and Drew Carey like high fives her about it, and she's like in tears about it. He's like, "Don't worry about it." You know, they say, you know, people go on watch game shows to watch people win.
Yeah.
People watch reality shows to see people lose.
Right.
So they on game shows they want you to win the prizes.
Right.
That's why people are watching. They
That's
don't
why you
want
want to
people-
get on a game show.
Exactly, because they want to give it. They want to give you the things.
So
That's why
most of
they-
these shows are contrived to a point. They're produced, but in a way where the the contestant ends up winning somehow, some way.
No,
come
but
out.
they're all legit. They got
No, yeah,
lawyers.
yeah,
You know, there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
laws that it has to be.
Right,
You know,
right, right. 'Cause like reality TV, it's like you want them to lose because it's like it makes you feel, it makes you feel good on the way down, kind of like you're losing.
you
streak.
root. Yeah, when you
You're
root
rooting for
against
the
those people, you're like, I
fucking
hate that
bastards.
person. Oh, I'm so glad he's gone. But game shows, they're better
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no losers. Everybody wins.
wins.
Everybody wins. Yeah.
That's a win-win situation. Dude, that's so great, man. And like, so you get this car, the car that you have out front that you're supposed to give me. But
That car is a new car I bought on my own.
like, see, he's gonna finagle his way out of it. This is classic Josh. For
What do you mean? At
Yeah,
what?
you're gonna try. I give me the car.
But I didn't get the car. I didn't say I give you a new car that I bought.
You did say that. Those were your
No,
exact
you
words,
just
but you were
said
fucked up.
rewind it back. You said
Rewind it. What are these like the 80s?
Take
Okay,
it back.
VHS.
You said
Rewind the tape.
you said I would give you the car that I want.
The fact of the matter,
I never got the car I
so
won. I
far-
got a check instead.
All right, let's be honest. You're so far gone after having drank whatever you took.
Yeah, it's
Plus-
the
Plus
caffeine and
plus
ice.
the grass smoked, and or vaped, right?
I didn't vape.
No, you straight up smoke. Like
Yeah,
roll
but
the doobie. Like
that wore off.
how many doobies do you have like a day? How many do you
Today?
Yeah,
Maybe 3.
that's not bad. Is that like, are you on a diet or what?
It's still early.
The night is young, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about. I want to know because first of all, New Yorker in the house. This is great, fantastic.
Whoop, whoop.
And I mean, like, I couldn't remember his name. Carl Lipton, right? Is that his name?
Jim Lipton.
Jim Lipton. I don't know. At first, I said it was Pete Rose. And
Yeah.
that's a baseball player.
Not even close.
but yeah, it's contact. So, what was it? The
Actor Studio Drama
Yeah,
School.
yeah, in New York.
In New York, that's where I went.
so-
That was an acting school that I went to.
And so, how many? Like you would say, a lot of people came out of this. Obviously, have gone on to do and have extensive careers in Hollywood, right? Like Bradley Cooper. a lot
Yeah,
of
well, here's the
people.
big one.
Mhm.
I almost figured, how many big people can come out of one class? You got it. Like, what are the chances you're going to have another star? The odds are so against
Yeah,
it.
they are. I'm like, okay. And I remember, vividly watching the one where I think you were in the audience too. And Bradley Cooper raises his hand and he's in Sean Penn's. I think he's
yeah.
And you're telling me that a lot of these, like you would get obviously the the edited.
The show on TV
down,
inside the actor
Yeah.
studio. It's an hour-long show with commercials, so it's
Right,
it's
right.
like 45
But-
minutes. But
but
these things
typically they're
that we
longer.
went to
Yeah.
as students, it was a class, like it was
Yeah.
on our, you know, things that
Yeah.
had to attend.
Right.
They went hours sometimes, like easily on average, they were 3-4 hours. There were a few that went even longer, like the Steven Spielberg one,
Yeah.
and all that got edited down to
Right.
to nothing. So these were so
And they
intense.
would sell tickets because it was like
right,
a
right.
live,
It
I mean,
was
who
in
didn't
a
want to
it
go
was
see
in
them?
a theater auditorium.
Yeah.
You know, how big was that? It was probably a few hundred seats.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly, but it was a big space at the university, at the
Yeah.
school where the, you know, and those were fantastic.
I mean, there's so much
So
to learn from,
especially
dude.
when you're a young actor and
You're
getting
absorbing
these,
everything, you know?
yeah, you're absorbing, and you're just like, oh,
Like a
and
sponge.
they're, you know, it was, I think they did it like every other week. It was like every other Monday night or something like that when they filmed it.
Which was the most memorable for you? Like obviously the Sean Penn.
Sean Penn,
And
the
then,
Steven Spielberg one was really good.
Tom Hanks was there too, I think.
Tom Hanks was there. So I remember seeing Whoopi Goldberg. She was fun. There's just countless amount of people.
And with everyone that would go up, did you feel like some semblance of like, okay, I'm gonna make it because so and so, you know, somehow you feel like vicariously you're living through these people, or at all?
I don't think so. I don't think you're still in school. You weren't even out there yet. You know what I mean? So I wasn't even getting a feel of like I didn't have any failure yet. Or successes. You know, I didn't even know what it was like to fail. I'm still in school.
and then when you come out, did you get a taste of success when you graduate? And then how does that work? Like when you graduate from there, you go down, like do you get cap and gown and the whole bit, or is it?
Yeah, we had a graduation ceremony.
Graduation ceremony. And then
do we have a cap and gown? I don't even remember if I had I had a cap and gown when I graduated regular college.
Yeah, regular college.
This is it's a master's degree program, MFA, got a master's. Wow. Can I? Well, it's a MFA. I like to. Can you curse on this show?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. So MFA, I refer to it as a motherfucking actor. Not a master's of fine arts, you know.
Right. And when you graduate from this, obviously, clearly you went out on a host of auditions and whatnot, and then you landed something, right?
Yeah, I got a big movie almost right out. Yeah, a movie called Returning Mickey Stern that I did when I was young out of school. Okay. Had some older stars in it at the time. Now they're dead.
The majority of them.
Joe Bologna and Renee Taylor were in it, and Tom Bosley, Mr. C, Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days. Happy Days, he was in it. Connie Stevens. Is another older woman. Yeah. I didn't even know when I was young. I didn't know who she was. I had to look her up. You know, everybody knows who Mr. Cunningham is. You know.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Happy Days.
Yeah.
He's a very lovable dad.
And he was a great guy.
And what were they like?
And he's a member of the tribe too.
No shit.
Yeah, you didn't even know that.
How did you? What do you call it? How'd you get along with some of these people? Like, some moments that you would say on set?
Oh, great. Well, me and Joe got along great. He was like, he almost felt like a fun uncle,
right?
Almost in a way, you know. I mean, I was in my young 20s, and he was probably already in his 60s by then. I played like a younger version of him.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So it was because the movie was called Returning Mickey Stern. We both played Mickey Stern, and I was like the younger one. And the thing about the movie where like we both, kind of comes back and.
And that was fun.
It was fun. It was shot all on location. It was out on Fire Island, in New York, on the beach,
right?
And it was like going to summer camp.
So bad, dude, with all these fantastic old time actors that you can say something that most people can't. You know, you're in a film with all these truly virtuosos of their time and period.
I still the first scene in the reel is with me, Joe Bologna, and Tom Bosley. Even though that's like from years ago and I look so young. It's the best thing I got.
Well, I might just beat that one. I haven't had any like headshots in like 10 years. So
I just take selfies now. I don't even do headshots.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you're showing the class one
time. Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I just did another one the other day.
And they look pretty legit. I mean,
let me show you this.
I think one. You're pretty much skimming off the top there. Oh wow, dude, that is impressive.
It's a doctor one.
Wow. Dude, look like Dexter, dude. Look like a killer doctor.
That's a selfie. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good,
fantastic.
good shot.
Yeah,
I was on
so.
set the other day.
And so tell me, like growing up, it was this ran in your family? Do you have any like artists in your family? Any kind of?
My sister's creative.
Okay.
Was like, but more like an artist.
Okay.
She doesn't do that now. She works for Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
But she was
once upon a time she did.
She was art, and she was a computer graphics artist. So she got her name in the movies before I did.
Really?
Because she worked on that Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson movie. It was the second Die Hard.
Okay.
I think it was this. Was that the one with Sam Jackson?
I don't remember, but I
The
can look
beginning
it up.
of the movie, Bruce Willis is like is protesting in like the middle of Harlem, and he's got like signs that has like the N-word on it or something like that. Like I hate, it's something to do with the movie.
Okay.
They shot that in New York City in Harlem. You can't put up signs like that, even when you're shooting, people watching, like with the N-word on it. So my sister's job in post-production, it said something else.
Right.
And she went back and changed it to what
doctored it.
She doctored it. That was her job to do.
Nice.
And she had her name in the credits for that. And she was like, that's what I did. I changed it to the bad thing that they couldn't, shoot it live with.
Oh my God.
Because people would, it might have started a real riot,
No shit. So that's like little things that almost, little nuances, that things that people don't see, little subtle.
Right.
Details,
In filming that, nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that was years ago. I mean,
we're talking about the 90s.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So you went in like frame by frame and like corrected each frame and changed it. It's a lot of work. Now AI, boom.
You remember the days when you had to take like a physical like copy, like a tangible picture with you, and it had like your resume in the back?
Yeah, I still got a box in the closet of headshots.
Dude,
I never gave them out. Yeah.
Did you ever? You know what?
I tons of those. Every actor's got tons of those in their closet
because that's
somewhere.
like you went everywhere you went. That was the thing. Any production, even if it was like the most shittiest, non-conventional thing that you did, you still had to put that on the resume format, and then you take it wherever you went. You take it. At the beginning,
I'd have it stapled onto the back.
I did too.
Then later, I paid a little bit more money. The printing company would actually like print it on the back of the photo. Yeah.
I've seen those before.
So it was like, but those cost more. So I got some of those, but those were, I couldn't get too many because they cost too much.
And so like when you went, did you ever have just tell me some crazy botch stories where you went into an audition, maybe you went into the wrong place? Like I went once to a casting couch. I had no idea that, the lady said, "Why don't you sit here, son?" And then literally started let me see. And I said, I brought my picture, ma'am. I was all happy. Like we're going to do maybe a room scene or something. She's going to bring out the scene, and she just came out and she started just caressing me. And she said, "Okay, let's see. What are we working with here?"
Really?
Seriously. And I said, no, wait a minute.
Was this for porn?
No, I had no idea. Unbeknownst to me, it was for a porn audition that I walked into the wrong place. It was supposed to be across the way. So I went to the wrong, and I gave her the picture, and she didn't even care. I go, "That's so strange. Normally, they have somebody who will take your picture." This lady right away went to town on me almost.
How long before did you stop her? Or you just kept going?
Well, I wanted to be good. I wanted to land the gig and the audition.
Did you get it?
I got it all right. She got it. She got the part. No pun intended. No. But you had some crazy stories, or where you had maybe they say, "We're going to lunch, kid. Another 3 hours. You got to wait." You remember the olden days was like a fucking they have just a warehouse of people waiting and shit. A whole deal where you have to wait, and then they're like, people go to lunch and so they have another hour or two.
Yeah, I haven't been on a lot of cattle calls, but I don't remember of them making everybody wait through lunch.
Through lunch.
That's
so you gotta wait for
horrible.
so and so. Then so you gotta wait for the other guy.
Yeah.
It was just. When I first started, I was an extra. That's basically what I did.
I've done a lot of that work in the last. Yeah. So it pays
it
well.
Pays the bill though. It pays the bills. SAG. Money.
Yeah, as long as you're doing it through the union. Yeah. I mean, they only hire a handful of union people, and then it's mostly non-union people, which they just pay minimum wage.
What do you think about the workforce? I know we talked about, we went to McDonald's and, you know, we hadn't been in there. It felt like a scene right at the Jetsons, right? They have all the smart boards.
You haven't been at McDonald's in a long time. It's
And
all like computerized. There's
right.
hardly any employees left.
I even thought, did you see the lady was like a cyborg? She's just looking at us kind of weird, like, okay, do you want the ice cream in your hand? I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
But she gave it to you through the little pickup box. You know, it's
But
weird
then
that
she
she
go-
went
Yeah.
in through it. Like
Right.
she couldn't just hand it
Just
to you
fucking give it
straight.
me over. Like,
It's
that
got to
was
be
straight.
like through the little pickup window that was
Yeah.
like this, even
Yeah.
though she's like all around it.
This shit,
thought
you
that
can't,
was like-
it writes itself. You had to have been there with us in order to see it. It was something else. You know, like the other day, I heard about people that do, you know, they're going back, like the workforce now, it's made up of a lot of elderly people that are coming out of retirement because they can't afford to, you know, obviously can't afford everything's through the roof, you know, with inflation and whatnot. And this is the narrative, the inflation and whatnot. But
It's going
I think-
down, the inflation numbers today. So
today, well, that's refreshing. Let
yeah,
me
yeah,
tell you
they're going to
what's
cut
crazy, though.
rates in September.
Because there's people that go back to selling homes. Can you imagine, holy shit, someone really old trying to sell a house and they're like, okay, this is this. And you're like, oh, I need to find out, wait a minute, this is a rest home. This is a fucking retirement.
Well, they'll sell that too. They don't care.
They're like going back to real estate. Wait a minute.
So you said a minute ago, you did extra work,
Yeah.
background work.
Yeah.
You never told me about that.
Really early on, I did a lot of background work. A lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Music videos. I did a couple music videos where some rapper guy, I never forget, dude, check this out. So you remember like MTV, obviously clearly everybody knows MTV, 80s and early 90s before reality TV, you know, took over the airwaves. But you remember they had was it The Box or something? Was it like this other thing where it was called like The Box, and they showed videos. Essentially, they were music videos.
Okay.
And they were just like this kind of like a bar, like an ongoing little sub bar that would just continuously move through the TV set and like
On the bottom
different-
of the
right,
line.
the different
Well,
artists that were going to come out.
You're right.
Okay, so then there's one rap video that really, I don't know, it was like for Face Off, for the movie Face Off. You know, I'm really dating this. This is a long ass time ago. And I remember I
I don't remember any
vividly,
rap songs in that movie.
I went out to, they said, all right, we're going to be out in, talk about a cattle call. Huge number of freaking people like gathered at Eagle Rock, right? Eagle Rock in LA. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to go check this thing out, see if it's cool. Went over there and got to bed and fucking, you know, I hauled my ass over there and then, okay, only to wait. I had to wait, right? And then, but I got one of the scenes where, because I'm 6'4.5", let me say that again. I'm 6'4.5". Yeah. They put me in the biggest jumper they had. This is, you're gonna go with your jumpsuit and you're gonna go in, and it was like a scene where we're in a jail, right? And it's like we're all gonna be like slam dancing of sorts. You're just like moshing, and you go right through. It's so weird, dude. So I'm like trying to come out. This is years before I knew what acting was. I tried to come out on TV, right? So I came out like, "Hi, mom," kind of thing. Like I'm like coming out, and I do make it, dude. And every time, it was the funniest thing ever because to add insult to injury, it would come out so often. And I was coming out, and it started becoming like repetitive and very annoying. Like people were like, "Dude, you're coming out again." Like, bro, that's embarrassing, dude. Your family, what are they gonna think? I have no idea, dude. But I kept coming out. We saw you. But dude, that was so weird. What did you mean? What did you do? Like, what were you trying to do with that? And I was literally going like "Hi, mom," and then it came out like this. You know, I was moshing, and I came across the front of the frame and then out of frame. This is a really weird, bizarre deal I did there. But I thought it was the funniest thing. You guys need a beer. Thanks so much, man. That first proper. All right, let's party on. So you need a beer.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Send it this way.
Yeah, I can email beer now, dude. I hear it. So like,
Because I've done a whole bunch of
porn. What?
No background work.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. So
for
like,
money.
yeah, it's great money.
That's right. I do it
And
for money.
you like-
Some people do it because they think they're going to break into the business.
Yeah.
You're not going to break
Yeah.
into the business.
Tell them
by
right now.
doing
All your
background work.
viewership, 100,000 people that are watching this right now. Josh says, "You're not, give it up. It's not going to happen."
You're not doing it for the money. You're in it for the wrong reason.
right? Not in this lifetime.
But it's
not
actually
in the next lifetime.
there is possible to get a line. I know people will get lines, but you're not going to become a breakout star. You know,
Yeah.
Uh,
There is like
people get upgrades. I had a friend who had an upgrade on axle F Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Wow.
Horrible movie. Did you see it?
No, dude. I
used to love that film back in the day.
Me, bro. I know.
He got happy. He got cut out of it too. He got upgraded. He got paid for it, and then they cut it.
Beautiful. Yeah, that went straight to Netflix. I think it was like a Netflix original, right?
Right.
Yeah. But it was the whole cast. It was nice to see everybody in it, like literally in the car. And then to see like 1984 or 82 versus 2023 or 2024. I'm like, whoa,
it was just not. I worked on that.
Yeah.
As background, you can see me in a party scene.
Okay.
If you like slow it down and pause it. There's a lot of things you can see me in if you slow it down and pause it. You got to pause it. Because mostly you're so far in the background, you're doing just passes and walks. It's nothing. But you do get like featured gigs once in a while. I just had one actually like three weeks ago. Like super featured.
Okay, tell me.
It's basically like a co-starring role, except you got no lines.
Right. Okay.
So I did on the new Night Court. You know the new Night Court,
sure,
the show, the Shooting Neck, and it. What was awesome about it?
That show,
oh, really?
Yeah, the OG and even the one now, it's really good.
Yeah, well, it's got John Larroquette in it, so
except the lady that died and the other guy. Is the bald guy in it?
No, they got a new Bull, the old guy from the old show. No, I don't know the woman's name. She's a black lady that plays the new bailiff.
Okay, but it's got good writers. I mean, no different. Right?
Yeah. The judge is the girl that was on The Big Bang Theory. I forget her name. She's the judge, and then there's John Larroquette, who was on the original. He's the only one from the original. I think.
I used to drive.
But it's the same thing, like in the courtroom and stuff. And so the scene was, I was in the courtroom in front of the judge, like to start off the scene.
Did you get flashbacks?
No. I've never been in front of a judge. I had John Larroquette was like, right next to me because he was like the lawyers and I'm standing there and it's supposed to be like a hot summer day and I got like these like white pants on and this big stain on my pants and the bit is that I went to Baskin Robbins and it started asking for like tastings and shoved the ice cream down my pants.
Oh, nice.
Because it was so hot out, I needed to cool down. And so they make a joke about it. And then you see me standing there, and they like let me off because it's like, they're like, I'm gonna let you go because since there's a heat wave, but don't do that again, kind of thing. And then
strawberry cum stain. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like a red pink. It was like a strawberry thing, and they put it all over the pants, like the crotch of the pants. So it's like the funny bit at the top of the scene, and then they go on with the rest of the thing, and I get let out by the bailiff to the back out of the courtroom.
What would you say has been like the most challenging thing for you, like in terms of obviously we're talking about here we talk about the craft and acting and all that stuff, but forget breaking in. I mean, where everybody's trying to break in and crack into the industry, but just like getting work, is it early on maybe? Was it more difficult, would you say, as it is now? Like now, I mean, a lot of it is online and that sort of thing.
Almost makes it easier in a way. You don't have to travel as much or go to auditions. You can just it's all moved.
Right.
It's never going back. It has
in some ways.
In some ways, it's better. There's pros and cons to it.
Mm-hmm.
You like lose that personal relationships that you can make with like casting people, when you come into the room and you can like, have an entrance, light up a room. You don't get that when you're doing the self tapes but that's what they're really looking for is what they can see on TV. So a little self tape is really all they need. And
then they could just sort of,
but you do lose some of that personal relationship type of thing.
Like in the olden days where you would walk into you sit there and wait.
Right. And you see all your other competition.
And you're looking at everybody. Everybody's like, whatever. Don't talk to me.
Right.
I look like that fucking guy over there across the hall. Why do I look like that?
Yeah, you all look the same. Some guys, they're concentrating, doing their warm ups, listening to music.
I saw one guy in the bathroom. I thought he was fighting with somebody. He was like, because you got this. You got this. Remember, you got this. I'm like, dude, I promise you, you got it, bro. You got it. Just chill. And you ever been like, you ever gotten to a place where, it's funny, like when you would go to some of these casting places and there would always be somebody who was trying to get out fast. Like, oh, you know what? I gotta
they want to skip ahead. Because
like,
I got another audition across town.
Yeah. And it's bullshit, complete bullshit.
I don't know if they actually like let people. Maybe they did.
Sometimes they would say,
Sometimes
yeah,
they're like,
sometimes.
okay, come on, and then just make everybody else wait.
Did you ever go to that one?
Longer.
What was that one right there with the off of was that Highland? You couldn't park on the street. You couldn't even park in the back of Ralph's. It was a pet shop. It was like Petco, and then there was Ralph's
on what, like Hollywood?
Where the Jewish temples are. So it's I want to say Fairfax.
No,
yeah.
I
Third,
don't know.
Fairfax, I want to say. Anyway, it was like nowhere to park, and it was just gnarly, dude. And you go upstairs, and it was like different rooms, obviously for different casting. Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. I really think like that human, that kind of like you said, like that, just the interaction.
Because you could also they would give you suggestions sometimes, like you do a take, and they're like, try it this way.
Try it this way.
You do the self tapes. You send in 1 or 2 takes, like you don't get a suggestion. Hopefully you got it right.
Yeah, you got it right the first or second time.
And even though you could probably, if you didn't get it right, and you could get it right, you don't have the suggestion to get it right, because you give them what your interpretation is
basically,
and hopefully that's what they're looking for.
That's what they're looking for. Yeah, exactly. It's casting.
Because everybody's got a different interpretation. But sometimes a little guidance can gear you in the right way, because you don't have a whole script usually. You just got your lines. So there's so much missing that you can't make decisions on that's you can need that help sometimes from the casting people.
Right. And I've known people that just never set foot in any acting class, and they're working actors. They learn.
Oh, I hate those fucking people.
They learn from
those people
going to castings and getting that opinion. Like, all right, let me try it that way, because they figured like that was half the battle already. That
some people, I don't know. Oh, I did. I don't care. I don't know the guy. The Lincoln Lawyer. The show Lincoln Lawyer. Mm-hmm. One of the main.
I like the movie better, but yeah, the show's not too bad, right?
I've never watched the show, but I was working on the show.
Okay.
I do remember The Lawyer with Matthew McConaughey, right? Yeah, great,
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, he does commercials with that, like kind of the same. Why does he do
that? Bothers me when big stars do commercials, but it doesn't.
Wow. Whatever,
because that should be the money for the little guy. Not for that. They don't need the commercials
or the AI.
so what was I just saying?
You're saying before you got interrupted, that you're saying that something you worked on the
Lincoln Lawyer. Lincoln, sorry. All right, so we're in a hospital.
Okay,
there's a hospital scene.
Okay,
and the Lincoln Lawyer, the main guy, he's like in the hallway looking through at like some patient who's on totally knocked out on the sedated, whatever. And there's like a family member there, and they're talking to the family member, and he's the guy's lawyer, and there's like a sheriff at the door, blocking the entrance and stuff like that.
I played.
So the guy does, and I'm doing background, so I'm just like I think I was like a visitor or a doctor, just walking past back and forth, but I was kind of close, so I could hear the whole. And when I walked off camera, I was close enough to hear, and listen to the whole thing. And that the guy kept screwing up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at one point, someone comes out of after a few takes of him screwing up. Someone comes out of the back room, and they're like, they're coming through. One of the crew guys, and they're reeling this monitor out that's on this huge like tripod. It's ready to go. All right, this thing. They're like, they just brought it out like that, and it's a teleprompter.
Shut the fuck
and it's got the guy's lines on it.
Wow.
And they set it up behind, and this is a professional actor on a TV, and he can't freaking. He was so. Like Brando. It was.
Brando was the same way. They would feed him his freaking lines. So
yeah,
but Pacino too.
But
well, they did their time.
This guy's not
right.
This guy wasn't Brando. But right. But
they have the mileage.
And then at one point he says he does the scene, and he says to the director, he's like, "Does it look like I'm reading?"
Yeah. And
it's just like, oh my God. I'm like, how does this guy? He's the star of the show. How does these people get the part? I'm like. It wasn't like, it had some dialogue, but it wasn't something ridiculous. It wasn't like it was 10 pages of dialogue or something like that. It was a few pages, and he couldn't. And at one point, after doing it a bunch of times, I heard him say, he was like, "I want to try it without reading." He's like, "I think I could do it. I think I could do it." He couldn't, and then he tried it, and he just couldn't do it. And he got so pissed at the end, and he like walked off set going, "You got it ready," and he was like, all mad, and he kind of stormed off, and that was the end of it. But they had gotten it what they needed, and the editors,
they go to work right away. They have their work cut out for them. Yeah.
And but the thing was, it was so amazing that they were ready to go. Like, this wasn't a one-time fluke. The guy was having a bad day, and shit happens, and like you forget your line sometimes. This guy was it seemed just unprepared.
It's not good to be unprepared, right, guys? You can't be a
professional actor, but he's the star of the show, so they can't fire the star of the show,
I think he's been going to casting couches for sure.
Maybe.
To get on his knees, maybe.
I was just, I don't know, flabbergasted. It was crazy. This was just a few months ago.
Talk about flabbergasted. I mean, you get like really taken aback for some of these. I mean, I've met people where I'm like, "Are you for real, dude? Like, oh my God, you're the lead. Wow, in this film. Like, that's crazy, dude. Like, who do you know, or who are you sleeping with?" And
I've gotten to see some really good things actually this year, like really up close. I did another. They're bringing back CBS, and I think it's CBS, maybe it's ABC. In the fall, bring back Matlock.
Get out of town.
It's gonna be a new Matlock.
With Andy Griffith?
No, Kathy Bates. He's dead, by the way.
No, yeah, he is dead. I know, but that's what I meant. Like, they're gonna bring him back. They're gonna bring him back from the dead.
I don't know.
She's fantastic.
She's fantastic. I mean, it's a new show, a modern thing, but it's a lawyer show.
Anything she's in.
I think there's a thing in the show that it's just a coincidence. Her name is Matlock.
It's fair to say that anything she's in is a fucking hit. She's gonna make a splash. She's fantastic.
Oh yeah. So I got to see her super close up because I was one of the lawyers in the courtroom at the table, and she was the lawyer on the opposing side doing the closing argument.
Did she whisper in your ear?
And it was like a 5-page monologue of her doing the. Oh yeah.
Light the match.
But the thing was, we had just before the scene. In our acting class. Were you
I played
you had played it a while ago, but we had done the scene again with another girl, or what's her name, the older woman who that you knew from before.
Anna
Maria. She played and she was great. She was great at that misery part. We did that misery scene in class, and then I saw her like it was like, a couple weeks later doing the thing. And I was like, because she was so fresh in the mind. And then I got to see her do this other, monologue, a few feet away from her, it was like front row at a Broadway show, basically. And I'm getting paid, to watch and hear her and react and stuff. It was great.
Dude, that's so great. I mean, like, I remember one year, I was a limo driver for many years, and I drove, couple people to a show, and then I used to occasionally I would get stressed out and I would smoke a cigarette, and I shouldn't have, but they were American spirits, so they were good for you. They say
right. Those were like the
healthiest cigarette, quote unquote.
They were less bad for you.
Paradox, but
because they didn't put in additives, right?
Yeah. There's no additives. It's a
just
very
tobacco.
It's very organic, literally. Yeah, and that's it. Nothing bad. Anyway, I'm smoking, I'm puffing away, and who's next to me or walking down the alley is Joaquin Phoenix. So he's walking with side by side, and there's people screaming. I have no idea what's fucking going on. I'm like looking at him and shit.
He was just in the news. Dressed. You heard about that?
No.
What happened? He quit his new.
I don't watch the news, by the way.
He quit his new movie.
What?
Cold Turkey. Like 5 days before shooting, they're gonna sue him.
Get out of town
because he got cold feet, and he's like, it was supposed to be like a gay love story, taking place in the 1930s, and it was all ready to shoot in somewhere in Mexico. And like 5 days before shooting was supposed to start, he was like,
maybe he said he was supposed to be a top, and then he said, "You're gonna be a bottom."
Something.
The hell I am.
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm out." So I heard they're gonna sue him because he cost them, and he's like, they're like. It's not going to hurt his career. They'll settle. He'll pay some money.
Yeah.
And after he gets this huge payday from Joker, he doesn't care.
Dude, what a movie. Which one did you like best? I think.
Well, the new one. The new one's coming out. In a month or two.
I know, but I'm saying like
in October, I think.
What a phenomenal actor. One of our best from our period of time. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah. The thing is, I think
how he fleshed that out.
I think the second one's going to be just as good as the first one. It's got Lady Gaga is in it.
Yeah, she's good
co-starring,
too. Yeah,
and
she's good. I
she's
saw
good.
some of the trailer. I thought she was good in it. I mean, she's good.
Well, I'll tell you something about Lady Gaga. When she was in that movie with Bradley Cooper,
Oh yeah, Stars Born,
the
new
Stars,
one.
yeah, the third remake or the fourth
it's like
remake,
the third or fourth. Yeah, because the first was like 1960s or something.
Right. Brad's like, yeah, I'm gonna redo this one again. So she was in it. So he had hired our acting teacher from back in the day from the actor studio, was on set a lot of Brad's movies.
Really?
Elizabeth Kemp. She was a great acting teacher. She passed away some few years back, kind of young, in her 60s. So she got to teach Lady Gaga like the same stuff that we learned. She was her acting coach on set for that, and she I heard like learned a ton from her, and it really brought her up to speed on her moving from music into acting, and I think this new movie is going to show in the new Joker.
Yeah, I believe that some people just genuinely inherently have it, and I think she might pretty much it might run in her blood for all we know, because she's a great talented musician, singer.
Oh yeah, she's great.
And some people can translate it from one area of art to the other, and then others like J-Lo, I don't know, maybe not, but it's also in the eye of the beholder,
right?
I mean, but Jesus, where did time go, bro?
I don't know.
Oh my God, it's 8:46. So, Josh, I mean, like, what do we do next? Do we go down to a dive by your house and get blasted?
Yeah,
just get blasted.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you know why? Because I want to take your car.
You're not getting in the car because I ain't in that car. I got monthly payments on this car. I'm gonna give you a car that I'm still paying on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Fishbein, man, what an honor to have you here, dude.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure. I very much appreciate this. Get my mind off things. A lot of fun. Thank you so much.
When life hands you lemons, throw them at someone to make you feel better. So, and I was gonna say, what are your social media handles to the world? Why don't we?
I hate social. I'm hardly ever on social media. I do have the Instagram.
Yeah, MySpace.
I don't bring up my MySpace. I don't have to go back and reactivate that. No, I do have a little Instagram.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's Razorfish. If you type in my name, it'll pop up. I think my. Oh, I can't. I should go up and update the photo. It might be an old photo on there, or maybe I already updated it. I can't remember. But I don't have too many followers.
You're not too active on there.
Most of my followers are. Every time I turn it on, I got all these likes from all these hot women that are want you to come to their OnlyFans page. That's half my followers are OnlyFans women.
Isn't it like
maybe they just love me? I don't know.
What's that app like that?
I should start an OnlyFans page and send it back to them.
Easy Fish, or what's it called?
Oh, the dating app.
Maybe that's why you're going to. Dude, we're opening up this whole Pandora box here, man.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah.
So, is it fair to say that we need to bring you back into the studio for another show at some point?
Sure. I didn't even realize. I thought you were
Time flies.
We're going to talk for 20 minutes, and if we can talk longer, we'll go.
I had no idea, dude, that we've been here this long, but it's been so entertaining.
I haven't even looked at the clock.
This is so entertaining, and I got to tell you that.
Were there any messages coming through?
One
person.
One person.
With the beer. Anybody else out there?
Yeah, there's a girl. It's a model. It says, "Hey, dude, you gonna swing by my house finally? I'm gonna make it happen."
I'm there.
All right.
I'm single.
I want you guys to know that it's been such a great show, and I'm completely beyond thrilled to have you here in the studio. You guys can follow me, everywhere. Jim Francis Meza on Google, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, etc. And please vote for Jim Francis Meza.
Yeah, well, I never been asked. Yeah. Why do you have a mayor hat on?
Because I'm going to be it's an honorary mayor that I'm going for, and
you're running for honorary mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor what?
It's a mayor of Tarzana.
There is no mayor of Tarzana.
there is
It's not a
now.
real town. It's a neighborhood.
It's
not a
actually real
city.
town.
It's
a
part
real
of Los
city.
Angeles.
I know, but
That's-
guess what?
there's no-
That's the joke.
Are you
That's really
when's
a
the
joke.
election?
Well, we don't know yet. We still have to sit together, all the constituents and all the warmongers, and
It's-
figure it out.
It sounds rigged.
It
sounds
already
rigged.
is. If it's political, it might be rigged.
Yeah, so, I think you rigged up the election.
Guys, that's it. That's my show. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Tune in again next Wednesday, 8 to 9.
You're listening to Almost Famous with Jim Francis Meza, only on LA Talk Radio.